I always wanted to work with Barbara for that reason. So I read the script and loved it, obviously. And then I begged Barbara to meet me. And I called Reed and I was like, listen, I know you're doing another movie and I'm supposed to be doing another movie. Let's be honest, neither one of us want to be in those relationships. So let's do this movie instead. If Barbara's willing to hire us both, would you want to go in together and say like, look at this, you got both of us? And she was like, yes, I would love to make this movie with you.
Like if I was walking with my husband late at night and I see a shadowy figure coming towards us and it's dark, I would normally go on the other side of him, you know, just to, it's your instinct to try to have your protector protect you. We're walking with a stroller. I don't know where we're walking with strollers with shadowy figures, but just to give you, you know, the emotional parallel, now I go and I stand in front and like go towards the figure. Just like it's very primal, that mama bear thing.
You seem like you're in love with him, but you love Ryle. And I was like, no, I also love Ryle, but like I really love Atlas. He's like, you love Ryle. And I was like, wait, I'm sorry. Wait, what's happening? But you love Ryle. I do, but like she's conflicted. Totally. And that was always an interesting dynamic when you have somebody who's playing the character also being the one like looking at the movie. So we were always like, are we too connected? Are we too vibing? Yeah. But she loves Ryle. He's the best. I mean, she loves Atlas. She also loves Ryle. But she loves Atlas and young Lily.
Well, there were a lot of conversations early on before we cast. Honestly, before we even were at Sony, it was supposed to be a really small indie movie at Wayfair, and then Sony got involved later. Blake got cast, and it snowballed from there. But we had a lot of conversations about aging the roles up a little bit.
This film is a bit darker in nature. How was it getting in touch with your darker side?
It was just more like all the facades that I put up, I just had to like let go, so you guys got to see the real me. I'm just a dark, horrible person, and I just got to let my flag fly. So there you go. This is the real me.
Calling for you.
He wasn't in this movie.
Win this one.
He should have been in this movie, and then it would have been a real competition.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you have to meet it with luck, strategy.
Blake Lively's case ain't never seeing the inside of no courtroom. Trust me on that. And baby, Justin Baldoni's legal squad already hinting at their next big move. They dropped it slick in a letter to the judge, talking about a doc Melissa Nathan got unsealed. That paper basically showed Blake exactly who might have been chatting with her. Media folks and messy content creators. Now Melissa's June list had names from all over. Candace Owens, Perez Hilton, Billy Bush, and even gossip queen Dumois. But sis had to tweak it and add more folks. Yep, content creators too. So one extra name got slid on that list, and the only one who got hit with a subpoena and had Blake's crew acting shady was Andy Signore. So here's what I think. Andy's name got thrown on that list because the moment Justin ain't filed no updated complaints, Andy dropped a whole statement from Wayfair. And since he got that tea straight from Wayfair, odds are it came through Melissa Nathan or somebody plugged into that PR machine. Andy said it came out of Brian Friedman's office, but they saying all their talk is running through Melissa. So, you already know what's up. So yeah, I'm betting Andy's that content creator on the list. Even though the first draft only named Candace and Perez, I'm real confident Andy made the final cut. Because he got slapped with that doc subpoena, okay? All because of that little statement he dropped from them folks. So basically, she outed Andy as being on that list. Y'all was arguing with me, but once they crack that file open, I promise you'll see his name sitting right there. Mark my words, boo. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat it and say sorry. Straight up. Now when Wayfair clapped back with that letter, and let me tell y'all, that letter was fire. I broke it all the way down in yesterday's video. I caught something real slick in there. What they said, Loki showed me Wayfair switching up their whole playbook. And nah, they ain't trying to take this mess to trial. The reason? They finna shut it down at the summary judgment stage. That's when a case can get tossed after all the receipts, discovery, come in. So once that's done, the motions for summary judgment come right after, okay? And Wayfair done told the judge straight up, we working on that motion now. It's the legal version of slamming the door, way stronger than just trying to get it tossed early, because by then the judge knows if it's all smoke or if there's a real fight. All right now, so they already gave the court a heads up that they definitely planning to drop a summary judgment. Kevin Fritz even brought this up a couple weeks back when they was beefing over the discovery deadlines. He was talking about the timeline for summary judgment too. Now if you wondering what summary judgment even is, It's when a judge steps in and shuts the whole thing down before it ever hits trial. Basically, one side says, "Ain't no real facts we arguing about, Your Honor. The law's already on our side." It's like saying, "Why waste time?" It cuts the mess, saves coins, and tells the court, "Ain't no real tea to spill in front of a jury." A material fact is something that could actually shake the case. If that ain't there, it's case closed. Now, if there's any kind of legit disagreement over them key facts, then nope, summary judgment ain't it. But if not, then baby, they got every right to win off the strength of the law alone. Like, even if you squint and try to see the facts in the best light for the other side, the law still says the moving party gotta take the win. No genuine dispute of material facts really mean? It means there's no real beef over a key detail that actually matters to how this case ends. We talk in facts that count, not petty stuff or maybe this, maybe that type drama. A material fact is one that could flip the outcome, like if a contract got signed, if somebody said what they claim, or if somebody got hurt. But if folks see the same fact in totally different ways, and that could sway a jury, then nah, summary judgment might not fly. Now, how did Justin tip off the court that he's cooking up that motion? Easy. He said in one filing that Blake's whole case hangs on this idea that the Wayfair crew is out here running some messy smear campaign, trying to spin the entire media world with secret sources to make her look like the villain, and they trying to paint this so-called smear campaign as something straight up untraceable. Like, come on now, that don't even pass the smell test. Especially when Blake knows exactly which stories and headlines she's mad about. They say that alone kills off any excuse she got for running to this court, trying to use federal rules to go on a ghost hunt. Point blank. They say her whole case is built on a fake foundation. She chasing smoke, trying to prove something that ain't even real. You can't pull receipts on something that never happened, and now she's trying to twist the legal system to work in her favor. What they're telling the court is that she out here weaponizing subpoenas, abusing the process, and using the court like a tool to scare, shame, and shake folks down. And I bet that's going to be front and center in their summary judgment play.
A character that is experiencing domestic abuse, and did being a mum to daughters play into that decision or impact your decision to take on the role?
I didn't look at any one thing in her life because I think she's so much more than this thing that happened to her. And yes, it can change the course of her life, but it doesn't define her. She defines herself. And that to me is really, really beautiful. She's not a victim and she's not a survivor. Well, she may be a victim and she may be a survivor. She's also multitudes.
Then they point out how she claimed Tag might have been slick enough to hide their tracks in the early smear campaign. But honey, that's basically her admitting that after all this time, months of digging, thousands of docs and subpoenas flying left and right, she still got zero proof they ran any kind of smear game or did anything shady on August 24th. All they did, according to them, was defend their name. And the law says they got every right to do that when folks start throwing dirt. Like, legally, if someone accuses you of something serious or tries to put you on blast, you don't have to stay quiet. So if Blake really kicked off her smear train in 2024, then best believe they can clap back, whether it's her talking slick herself or using her publicist as the mouthpiece. So if her publicist out here talking to the press, Blake can't turn around and say Melissa clapping back is retaliation. That don't fly, boo. 'Cause for it to be retaliation, there's gotta be intent. Like somebody really trying to cause harm. If Melissa's just responding to a reporter asking questions about a story that Leslie allegedly planted, that ain't retaliation. That's cleanup, period. Then they pulled out receipts from a case called McSweeney v. Cohen. Yeah, that Andy Cohen from Bravo. A full-on reality TV mess. Judge Lehman tossed out the plaintiff's harassment claim saying it wasn't a real adverse employment action under Title VII, so it couldn't count as retaliation. Bottom line, if you write a letter pushing back on harassment claims, that ain't enough to say you messing with somebody's job. Retaliation laws? They only kick in if your boss do something that actually hits your paycheck or position. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. If you're feeling the vibe, hit that like button. And if you're new to the fam, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we drop the latest and greatest. Thanks for tuning in.